Welcome back. This is the 6th video in the M235i mini-series, so if you haven't seen the other videos, go watch those first. In this video, we strap the upgraded VRSF intercooler to the car and then dyno it, and if we get any gains, we'll do some acceleration runs with Draggy. The intercooler is a pretty easy one. You move the skid plates, undo 2 bolts, unclip the 2 charge pipes, and then it just slides right out. Getting the new one in is a little more tricky since it's bigger than the OEM one, but I was still able to do it by myself. See how much bigger it is? Also, I hate to admit this, but I thought I was ready to go test drive it, so I put all the skid plates back on, and then I realized that I forgot to retighten the charge pipe coupler that I had to loosen during the install process. So yeah, that sucked. I had to take it all back apart again. I'm getting really good at removing those skid plates though. Time to head to the house of Boost and do some dyno pulls. Well, that's interesting. Ignored the lower end. He said he started recording the pull about 150 RPMs later than last time, but you can see that after about 1,000 RPMs, the lines are matched up almost identically. The run today is the blue line, and the red one is from the last time. As you can see, the top of the rev range, the power kind of dips down by about 9 horsepower, and the torque goes down about 8 pound-feet. While we could assume that this might be the intercooler, I think the car is having the misfire issues again. On the way there, it was doing some weird high RPM stuttering again. So yeah, that's really annoying. I thought I fixed it when I did the new spark plugs. While I was at their shop, I got on my phone, got on Amazon and ordered a set of OEM Delphi coils, and luckily they had free same-day shipping available, so they're already here. They showed up a couple hours ago. I really hope this is it. If it doesn't fix the issue, I'm gonna bet it's probably the injectors or maybe the fuel pump, since it's running absolutely flawless in the lower end and the mid-range, but then it struggles up top. I think it might be leaning out and pulling timing. I could be clogged injectors, maybe the fuel pump's going out, but hopefully it's just the coils. I've read that bad plugs can prematurely wear out coils, so maybe the gross plugs damaged one or more of the coils. We'll find out. Luckily it's a fairly easy install. I just wish I would have bought them at the same time as I did the plugs so I could have done them at once, because now I'm gonna have to take all that crap apart again to get to those back 2 plugs. Regardless of what the results are, I'll still make a video to follow up. Oh, before I forget, the results are kind of what I expected otherwise, if we ignore the top end dip. Basically no change. The tiny blower fan that most dyno places points at the intercooler just can't put out anywhere near the amount of air that would actually hit your radiator, or not your radiator, your intercooler, you know, when you're on the highway. If you're doing a highway pull from 50 to 100 plus miles an hour, obviously you're gonna get 50 to 100 miles an hour worth of wind coming through it. And you know, the blower inside of one of those shops, you know, probably isn't even gonna do half that. So while I might benefit on a hot summer day doing highway pulls, on an artificial dyno with just a fan blowing at it, I don't think we're ever gonna see any gains. If anything, I might add a tiny bit of lag. I did feel a little bit of lag, I think, but maybe it's in my head. So even if the new coils end up fixing the issue, I'm probably not going to go to the dyno with the car again, because you can already tell from this pull today that it's virtually identical to the last time. I did, however, consider maybe getting an intake strictly for the noise. I just love turbo sounds, and it's a really easy install. If I do that, I might dyno the car again for fun, just so I can show everyone that you don't really gain anything. Yeah, some claim you gain 5-10 horsepower, but it'll just be a tiny little specific spot where you gain, but everywhere else, you know, you don't really gain anything. We'll see though. And like I said, since the car didn't gain any power, I didn't bother with doing the draggy runs, you know, the acceleration tests. If I do more mods like flex fuel, or maybe even just the intake, I'll probably go back and dyno and do acceleration tests again. At the very least, whenever the weather's nicer and it's warmer out, maybe like 60s, 70s, I can go out and redo the acceleration tests so we can actually see what the stage 2 acceleration gains really look like, since I'll actually be able to put the power down. Well anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.